What if I told you that tonight, just before you drift off to sleep, you could speak a few simple words that would completely transform your reality by tomorrow morning? What if the secret to manifesting your deepest desires has been hiding in plain sight for decades, misunderstood by even the most popular manifesting teachers today? My dear friends, I discovered something that changed everything for me, and today I'm going to share it with you. Most people spend their entire lives chasing dreams that constantly elude them. They make vision boards, repeat endless affirmations, practice gratitude journals, and still wake up to the same reality day after day. If you've tried these methods with little success, it's not your fault. The truth is, you've been taught incomplete information. The modern manifestation industry has built an empire on watered-down teachings, missing the profound wisdom of one of history's greatest spiritual teachers, Neville Goddard. After immersing myself in Goddard's complete works for over 7 years, I uncovered the fundamental principles that most experts either don't understand or deliberately hide from you. Neville Goddard was a mystical teacher who lectured throughout America in the mid-20th century. Unlike today's manifestation gurus, he wasn't selling expensive programs or retreats. He was sharing a profound truth about human consciousness that, when properly applied, transforms lives with astonishing precision. What makes his teaching so revolutionary? While others teach techniques, Goddard revealed the fundamental law governing all reality, the law of consciousness. And he discovered that the moments before sleep represent the most powerful opportunity to reshape your entire world. In this video, I'll reveal 3 shocking truths about manifestation that contradict almost everything you've been taught. These insights will finally explain why your manifestation efforts haven't yielded the results you desire. More importantly, I'll share the exact bedtime practice Goddard taught that has the power to completely transform your life overnight. This isn't hyperbole or empty promises. This is the authentic teaching that has been diluted and distorted by modern manifestation culture. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you, have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract their desires while others struggle despite using the same manifestation techniques? The answer lies not in how hard you try or how positive you think, but in a fundamental misunderstanding about the nature of reality itself. The first shocking truth about manifestation is that nothing exists outside of your consciousness. Nothing. The world you experience is not an objective reality you're trying to change. It is the direct externalization of your consciousness. When Neville said, "The world is yourself pushed out," he wasn't speaking metaphorically. He was describing the actual structure of reality. This means you're not attracting things to you. You're experiencing the reflection of what you already are in consciousness. This single revelation transforms everything about how manifestation works. Most teachers tell you to visualize what you want, as if it's somewhere out there waiting to be attracted to you. Neville's teaching is radically different. He taught that what you seek is already yours in consciousness, and your task is simply to claim it as present fact in your imagination. Consider this profound statement from his lecture, The Law. The whole vast world is yourself pushed out. All that you behold, though it appears without, it is within, in your imagination, of which this world of mortality is but a shadow. This isn't abstract philosophy. It's a practical understanding that changes how you approach manifestation. When you truly grasp this principle, you stop begging the universe for favors and start exercising your divine right to choose your reality. The second misconception revolves around the nature of manifestation work itself. Modern teachers have convinced millions that manifestation requires constant repetition, visualization marathons, and endless affirmation. They've turned manifestation into an exhausting job rather than an act of acceptance. What Neville actually taught was something far more refined. He discovered that consciousness follows a specific law. It conforms to your assumptions and beliefs, particularly those impressed upon it during specific states of consciousness. The most powerful of these states occurs in the drowsy moments before sleep. This brings us to the heart of tonight's revelation, the exact practice Neville taught for transforming your life overnight. It's not what you've been led to believe, and its simplicity might shock you, yet its power is undeniable for those who apply it correctly. Before I reveal this practice, I need to address the third critical misconception about manifestation, the belief that positive thinking and high vibrations are prerequisites for successful manifestation. This toxic positivity has created immense pressure and actually blocks countless sincere seekers from experiencing the results they desire. What Neville actually taught was something far more liberating and profound. He discovered that the secret lies not in forced positivity, but in the art of assumption, the ability to occupy a state of consciousness as if your desire were already fulfilled. And the gateway to this transformative power opens widest in those precious moments before sleep. Let's examine these fundamental misconceptions more deeply, because understanding them is essential to properly applying Neville's bedtime technique. The first critical misconception, that manifestation is about attracting things from outside yourself, has created an entire industry of techniques designed to pull desires from some external source. But Neville's teaching demolishes this idea entirely. He taught, the world is yourself pushed out, meaning everything you experience is the projection of your own consciousness. Imagine a movie projector. The images on the screen appear to be external and separate from the projector. But in reality, they're simply the projection of the film within the machine. Similarly, your consciousness is the projector, and the world you experience is merely the outward picture of your inner assumptions. Neville shared a remarkable story in his lecture, Seed Time and Harvest, about a woman who desperately wanted to visit her daughter in Germany, but lacked the financial means. Rather than focusing on attracting money from outside herself, Neville instructed her to simply sleep each night in the assumption she was already in her daughter's home in Germany. Within weeks, against all logical probability, she received an unexpected inheritance that covered her travel expenses perfectly. The external circumstances rearranged themselves to match her internal assumption. This wasn't coincidence, it was law. The whole vast world is yourself pushed out, Neville declared. All that you behold, though it appears without, it is within, in your imagination, of which this world of mortality is but a shadow. This understanding revolutionizes how you approach manifestation. You're not trying to change something external, you're choosing which state of consciousness to occupy, knowing the external must conform to it by law. The second misconception, that manifestation requires repetitive effort, has created a culture of manifestation burnout. People exhaust themselves with endless affirmations, visualizations, and rituals, believing more effort equals better results. Neville taught the opposite. He discovered that manifestation occurs not through repetition but through the intensity of feeling and the completeness of your assumption. One deeply felt acceptance in the right state of consciousness is worth more than 1,000 mechanical repetitions. Feeling is the secret, he wrote in his book of the same name. It is feeling that is the creative force, and not your empty words or visualizations without feeling. Consider this example from Neville's lectures. A man desperately wanted a promotion but had been overlooked repeatedly despite his qualifications. After attending Neville's lecture, instead of constantly affirming, "I will get promoted," or visualizing the promotion as a future event, he simply lay down each night and assumed the feeling of already occupying the new position. He felt the satisfaction, the increased responsibility, the congratulations of colleagues, all as present fact in his imagination. Within 2 weeks, his superior was unexpectedly transferred, and he was promoted to fill the vacancy. This wasn't achieved through constant effort, it was achieved through what Neville called living from the end, occupying the consciousness of already being what you desire to be. The third misconception, that manifestation requires positive thinking and high vibrations, has created immense pressure and actually blocks many sincere seekers. How many times have you blamed yourself for not being positive enough when your manifestations didn't materialize? Neville taught something profoundly different. He discovered that manifestation doesn't require constant positivity, but rather a complete assumption of the desired state, as if it were already accomplished. This assumption isn't about forcing positive thoughts, but about occupying a new state of consciousness altogether. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact, he taught. Not because you repeatedly affirmed it, but because consciousness must express its contents, whatever they may be. Consider his concept of revision. Rather than forcing positive thinking about negative events, Neville taught the art of mentally revising experiences to impress a different reality on consciousness. This isn't denial, it's exercising your divine power to choose which version of events your consciousness accepts as real. In his lecture, The Pruning Shears of Revision, Neville shared the story of a woman whose husband was habitually late, causing constant conflict. Instead of reciting positive affirmations or trying to change her husband, she mentally revised each day before sleep, experiencing her husband's timely arrival in her imagination. Within days, her husband's behavior changed completely, not because she attracted it, but because her revised consciousness had to express itself in her reality. Her husband was herself pushed out, reflecting her new assumption. Now, let me reveal Neville's actual bedtime practice for transformation. The technique most modern teachers have either missed or misunderstood completely. Neville discovered that the moments before sleep represent a unique opportunity. As your conscious mind relaxes and the subconscious becomes more receptive, you can impress your desires upon consciousness with unparalleled effectiveness. His technique isn't about saying affirmations until you fall asleep. It's about entering what he called the state akin to sleep, while holding a single, powerful assumption that you already are what you desire to be. Now, let me share with you the exact practice Neville taught for transforming your life overnight. The practice that, when faithfully applied, reorganizes reality around your desires with mathematical precision. As you lie in bed tonight, follow these simple steps. First, close your eyes and allow your body to relax completely. Feel the tension melting away from your muscles as you sink deeper into the bed. Your goal is to reach that drowsy state between wakefulness and sleep, what Neville called the state akin to sleep. Second, clearly define your desire, not as something you want or hope for, but as something that is already accomplished fact. Instead of saying, "I want financial abundance," you might frame it as, "I am now experiencing the joy and freedom of financial abundance." Third, and this is the crucial element most teachers miss, construct a scene in your imagination that implies your desire is already fulfilled. This scene should be simple, brief, and easily repeatable. It might be someone congratulating you, or a moment that captures the essence of your fulfilled desire. For example, if you desire a loving relationship, imagine a scene where you're lying in bed feeling the presence of your partner beside you. Feel their arm around you, the warmth of their body, the deep satisfaction of being loved completely. Fourth, enter this scene fully in your imagination. Don't just visualize it, become the participant. Feel the textures, hear the sounds, experience the emotions. Make it as vivid and real as your current physical surroundings. Fifth, and most importantly, feel the natural satisfaction and completion that would accompany your fulfilled desire. This feeling is the creative force that impresses your subconscious mind. As Neville said, feeling is the secret. Finally, remain in this scene, feeling it real, until it takes on the vividness of reality. Then, simply drift off to sleep in this state. Allow sleep to seal the impression in your subconscious mind. This practice isn't about forcing or straining. It's about the art of assumption, naturally occupying the consciousness of your wish fulfilled as you fall asleep. What makes this practice so powerful is that it leverages a fundamental law of consciousness. Your subconscious mind accepts as real whatever you impress upon it in a state of relaxed awareness. The drowsy state before sleep provides ideal conditions for this impression. Sleep, Neville taught, is the natural door through which the conscious mind passes to contact and impress the subconscious mind. By entering sleep in the consciousness of your wish fulfilled, you're instructing your subconscious to express this reality in your experience. The results can appear miraculous, but they're simply the operation of law. When you understand that the world is yourself pushed out, that everything you experience is the reflection of your consciousness, you realize that changing your assumptions literally changes your world. Many ask me, but what if I fall asleep before completing the scene? This is actually perfect. Your goal is to fall asleep while in the state of your wish fulfilled. As Neville said, your subconscious will accept as true whatever you feel to be true as you fall asleep. The feeling is what matters, not the completion of an elaborate visualization. Others worry, what if I can't make my scene vivid enough? Remember, feeling is more important than visual clarity. Even if your visual faculty is weak, you can still feel the reality of your desire fulfilled. That feeling impression is what transforms your world. Some wonder, how long before I see results? While some experience overnight transformation, others notice gradual shifts leading to their desire's fulfillment. The timing depends on many factors, including the naturalness of your assumption and the distance between your current state and your desired state. Trust the process and continue living from the end. What you'll discover as you practice this technique is that manifestation isn't about forcing change. It's about allowing the expression of what you've already claimed in consciousness. This subtle shift transforms manifestation from struggle to surrender. The power of this bedtime practice, lies in its elegant simplicity. There are no complicated rituals, no endless repetitions, no need to maintain artificial positivity throughout your day, just this simple act of falling asleep in the consciousness of your wish fulfilled. Imagine the possibilities. Tonight, you could fall asleep as the person you desire to be, and tomorrow, you could begin witnessing the transformation of your reality to match this new self-concept. This is the profound wisdom Neville Goddard shared, wisdom that has been diluted and distorted by those who haven't fully grasped its implications. Now you understand why so many manifestation efforts fail. They're based on misunderstood principles and incomplete techniques. I encourage you to try this practice tonight. Choose one desire, one specific change you wish to experience, and fall asleep in the consciousness of its fulfillment, not hoping, not wishing, not affirming, but simply being it in the depths of your imagination as you drift into sleep. Remember Neville's words, what you do in imagination with feeling is the key to what you will experience in reality. The state you occupy as you fall asleep tonight is programming tomorrow's experience. If you found value in these revelations, there's much more to discover in Neville's authentic teachings. In my next video, I'll reveal how to apply this same principle to specifically manifest financial abundance, including the exact scene Neville recommended for transforming your financial reality overnight. Subscribe now so you don't miss these life-changing insights. The wisdom I'm sharing has transformed countless lives, including my own, and it can do the same for you when applied correctly. Tonight, as you lay your head on your pillow, remember, you are the operant power. The world is your consciousness pushed out. Choose wisely what you will impress upon your subconscious as you drift into sleep, for it will surely become your waking reality.